All right. I think I'm on. Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome everybody, especially all those that are tuned in, and tell you that we are a little bit on Kenyan time, but very soon, give us like 10 or 15 minutes and we'll be on. And I want to thank everybody who is already tuned in. I can see lots of friends are already on. And thanking you so much for wanting to participate in our today's program, the handover of the leadership of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. I can see Rosemary Marambi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Anne, and then Betsy Mutai is also on. Bonnie Kim, President, and also Chris. Afnia is there. Chris from Nakuru, the president of Nakuru, is there. David Thuku and David Wamiti, Debbie Sumalin. Donna Hebner, I don't know whether I mentioned that one right. And Doris Odera, Elizabeth Dongo. I know you have something in the program to be able to do. And then Frinda Bayer. And then there is Isaac Monji, all the way from Dallas. Welcome, brother. We are going to be on. Janet Mathenge. I can see Jayesh Shah from Nakuru. John Demiror, Jotham Kyogora from RC Kiserian. Joy Babu. Yes, good friends of our president, Roseanne, and Joyce Kibutu, Janita, and Judith Krinyaga, Judith Oiwa, and Kerry Ketal, Kelly Mahan, Kevin Peets. Oh, nice to see you, Kevin Peets. And Kizito Omoro from Rotary Club of Kisumu, Lorraine Kerigia, Maggie Munywa, Marco Pruxma. How are you doing, brother? Thank you for tuning in. and Nicholas Camuero, Patrick Bugwa, Patrick Obad, our Honorable DG, is waiting for us to get started. Everybody is getting ready. I can assure you of that. It will be starting very soon. Peter Odundo, Rava Kinodia, and Rosie Chege, Sabina Wanjiro, from RC Thika West, welcome. And Sami Ayan from RC Karengata. We have Sandra Bomet, RC Muthaiga. We also have Thuo Karaoke. And Waithera Hast, Rotary Club of Nairobi, Lavington. And then Songa Ajina. And then we have Edwin. I'm not sure whether Edwin is in Uganda. And then Muthoni Karayo is just somewhere here, but tuned in. So good to see everybody. You are all welcome. I can see our immediate past president is walking in majestically, ready to start the program. And so just tune in, hang on tight, and we are going to be with you very briefly. We really appreciate you being with us. Thank you so much. We are excited that we could be able to host you tonight as we see Roseanne, and here she walks in looking so amazing. It's going to be an amazing night. So I'm going to just pause for a minute, but I'll be with you very briefly, and then we can continue with our program. Asanteni sana. Okay. Good to have everybody here with us today, and I'm thankful that we could have such a wonderful day, that we are handing over our leadership of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. Thank you for everybody who has participated, and I want to thank everybody who is tuning in online. We are so sorry. We apologize for being a little late, but here we are right now. And so we are going to go right into the program. This is the day that we, as the Rotary Club of Naivasha, are going to now be handing over from Rotarian Billy Muturi, who has been doing an amazing job at the year 2019-2020, and looking forward to 2020-2021 with Roseanne Bayer. And it's going to be an amazing night. And thank you, everybody who has participated. And I welcome everybody who is participating online. And thank you. And I welcome everybody. We are going to start with a grace. And I'm going to invite our one and only Eunice to come and lead us with a word of grace so that we can be able to move on from there. Welcome, Eunice, and lead us with a grace.
Thank you, Rotarian Jeremiah. I'm Eunice Rotractor, Club of Naivasha. Let's bow for word of prayer. Thank you, Dad, for this opportunity to be here as we hand over the mantle of power from the year 2019, 2020 to 2020, 2021. Pray for your guidance for the incoming board, both in Rotary and in Rotaract. And in this, we pray, believing in your holy name. Amen.
The 4HS of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, Kareb. And I'm going to invite one Modoni to introduce our outgoing president. Karibu sana. Thank you so much. Thank you for appreciating Modoni. Here you are, thank you, and we appreciate it. Asante.
Good evening, everybody. Billy Bayo. Billy Muturi Mungai was born in a family of 3 34 years ago, grew just as any other kid in a family setup, and went through the education system. Billy holds a bachelor's in banking and finance, and MSc strategic from the USIU. Billy is a former banker and did it for 7 years. He ventured into the business world and majored into audio services hire. He took up the role of managing director of Soundman Promotion Limited from his late father, who he was very close with, and he steered the company well into Kenya's most sought after sought-after company that now offers audiovisual and live production services, Soundman and Promotions Limited. He is the brain behind Kenyan's most coveted events, concept service, provision and management, such as BAT Kenya, Wakanda Theme End of Year Party, the magnificent Kalasha Awards, Koroga Festival, and many others. Soundman was also the audiovisual provider during the Rotary DCA 2019. At Pridane, Billy and Aggie are blessed with twin daughters, the late Lisa and Anissa, aged 5 years old, and is a loving father. So Billy, please come up. I'll give a hand for Billy.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. This is, I don't know what to say. By the way, this is the very first speech I've written in life. I've never written a speech. Yeah. The longest thing I've written is a thesis when I was graduating back then. But you know what? Even during my installation, I didn't have a speech because I didn't know what to write. But Rotary, during this year, has done it all. I mean, now I'm able to even write speeches, among many other things. And so, one of the most interesting reads I've come across in life is a book I read by Gary Ryan Blair. And in this book, he says, you can't finish what you start, you don't start, and you should not start what you're not committed to finish. And I flash back to 13th of July 2019 when I was installed as president of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. And I can't help but glow with confidence, like I told you, of the person I've become. And I'm sorry, this might be a very long speech, being the first. See, Rotary is a club of professionals. And being a club of professionals, you can bet that it's one of the most structured clubs in the world, in all aspects. And after installation, after nomination, so reality was checking in me that, you know what, Soundman, you're going to become the leader of a club of 40 professionals. And these are people who come from different professions. And something funny about our club, it's probably a strength. Our club is made up of managers. Everyone in our club is a boss at their places of work. And now here comes Soundman. You heard I was a banker for 7 years, but I forgot about the seriousness back then when I ventured into entertainment. So entertainment, it's all about dunda, parties, party after party, all those kind of things. And now you're coming to lead engineers, doctors, hoteliers extraordinaire, these kind of people. Anyway, I didn't have a choice to take up the role and give it my level best. So I have been a Rotarian from since 2012, thanks to Sylvia and Pauline. And that was after I was a rock director for about a month. And there's always a question that is asked to Rotarians. Why did you join Rotary? And I've always had one big reason from since then. You see, in 2012, I was just starting up Soundman and Promotions Limited. But in life, I've always been very passionate about giving back to the society that I've come from. And so for me, Rotary created an avenue of me being able to reach out to the community that I live in. See, I've been brought up in Naivasha. I only went out of Naivasha when I went to school and work a bit, and I'm back. And Naivasha has been my base. So Rotary gave me this journey to really give back to the community. And for sure, Rotary has proven to be the best journey on that regard. When I got nominated for the post, I took time to study what I needed to put in place to lead my club and make a difference in my community. So when I got installed, I ferociously committed to fanatically execute my role with my main focus on community, and I wanted to finish strong. It has been a year's great journey of immense lesson, absolute fulfillment, and utmost events of humility. See, I've been to projects visit, and you know, with the 6 areas of focus, that means we get to interact with people who are really needy. One thing I've discovered though, that nothing builds self-esteem and self-confidence than accomplishing a mission. And majorly this speech is actually a conveyance of utmost gratitude to my fellow Rotarians from Rotary Club of Naivasha, my family, my boys, some of them are watching, and everyone who has worked with me during this journey. You all have tirelessly supported me, and more so the Rotary Club of Naivasha, and you have showed great love and compassion all through the course. And through the support, we have achieved a lot as a club unit, and this has painted a picture of legacy, of stories to be told by the communities we have touched in ages to come. During the year, we were able to complete quite a number of projects, one being a sanitary project for schools. And this is a project that were funded by RI through a club in the US, and also a company that is being led by one of our own, that's WhatsApp. And I'm glad to say that we are actually done with our project. There was an inception of dustbin projects, just to beautify Naivasha and to make sure Naivasha is a better environment. That is an ongoing project. We had Rainbow Rally that we had planned well. We were able to collect money to match our budget. That was well done. Oxford books for schools. We collected the books. We have the books still. The initial days of me starting the Rotary year, we did mobility equipment project with a club from Arizona, and we were able to reach quite a lot of people who needed those mobility equipments. We got to know that there are a number of girls, 75 girls, that are very needy and in great need of sanitary towels. And we fundraised, and we were able to get sanitary towels enough to get those girls for a whole year. So we visited one school. We had prepared well for that project, and we were intending to continue with that project well. But rude shock on us, COVID had prepared better. There's a lot of things that we've achieved as a club, and there's a report that was done by the project's director, Sebastian, and I'm sure most of you have had a look at it. But to culminate it all, we finished with the project for a COVID-19 response, which is an initiative that I spearheaded. And I personally did a survey around Naivasha, because Naivasha is one of the places that was hard hit by COVID. See, we have a lot of people who work for flower farms, hotel industry, and many others. And when COVID came, that rendered so many of them hopeless, some without food, some there was also rains and floods, so some were rendered homeless. But us in Naivasha came through, and we've been able today to give food to over 1,200 families, and this food is packaged in hampers worth 1,500, and have seen immense love and compassion from people all over. My friends, Rotary Club of Naivasha, our fellow Rotarians abroad, Netherlands, US, and it's really amazing to see that we touch lives. That project, as we were finishing the year, really taught me a lot. One, to appreciate life, and to appreciate the little things that we have for life. And we had a structure of how to do that distribution. And one time I actually decided, because we were using chiefs to get us families, establish families who are needy, then we can arrange and know how to take food to them. But one day I decided to actually do it myself, and I established a place within Naivasha that has a lot of needy families, and I decided to go door to door. And I was actually targeting 200 families. But I didn't get to the 54th family, because what I see, it's lasted in my mind for about 3 days of, many questions. Why is life so unfair to some people? Why do we have this? Why do we have that? But all that was made easy because we were able to reach those people, and those people have stories to tell. So as I said earlier, there's been a lot that has been achieved during this Rotary year. I don't want to really get into details about that. We have everything written. But I really want to thank all of you for your support and love. And I still want to welcome you to this new Rotary year, which we're handing over to President Roseanne and Moema. One great lesson that I've picked in Rotary is that this is not any kind of competition. This is not any kind of one-man show. Rotary is for the community, and the best we can do is to strengthen our clubs with the main picture being our community. So Moema and Roseanne, I will only urge you to make our club better and stronger. We've probably had flaws. You guys can improve on that. We have so much trust in you, and that's what's up. And for the rest of the members, I will want to rally you all to support our incoming team, the board. And bear in mind, this is not for anyone. You are not supporting the president. You are not supporting the board per se. But the main picture is the community. If you all have gone round during this COVID time and see how people are suffering, it will give you more energy to put more effort in whatever little you have to give towards Rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to end there and really appreciate your efforts and support. God bless Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know Billy cannot give himself enough credit, but thank you so much for what you have done for the Rotary Club of Naivasha. And as the king of entertainment, our club has had a ton of fun. And so we thank you. Because for the fun, we have been coming. And for serving the community, we have been coming. And all because of your leadership. And so for all that, we really do so much appreciate. And thank you so much for all that you have done for the Rotary Club of Naivasha. And now this is the moment that we welcome outgoing president of the Rotary Club of Naivasha, Jane Mogo. Come and share with us what has been going on. Thank you for appreciating her. I understand. Thank you.
Yes, I wanted to confirm that. So today I just say thank you. It's a very wonderful impression to make so loud and somehow there will be fun a lot of fun. So that we were able to reach about 600 patients budget. That's really happening. And implement successfully. I think one of the things that any incoming president usually worries about is funds. And when we started with very little funds, but one thing that stood up for me is how you express yourself to people. Sometimes people will even give you money because of how you told them, how you presented your case, because if at all what you're talking about is for the purpose and the benefit of the community, people will always want to join hands with you. So that would be my one and major advice to the incoming board, the president and the incoming board, to remember that 1 year after this, you will be standing in front of us and telling us, how did you make the community better? I think I don't have much. I have listened to Billy, and he has really talked about everything that these clubs go through. And I would urge each one of you to continue supporting the club. Just know that it is a platform. You will never, my favorite theme or something that I love saying is, being in this club, you'll never walk alone. You'll never do a project or fail to do a project because you are alone. All you need is to share your idea, and you will forever find people to support you. I am so happy and blessed, and I want you also to be happy and blessed. Thank you.
All right, we continue to figure out what we do this online stuff, because we have lots of people who are with us here and they're not here. And so that's why we are doing a lot of coordination. And right now, I am going to be calling on our outgoing AG to introduce the incoming AG. And so Bishop Josam Karaoke, it's your moment now to introduce the incoming AG. And so if we can be able to go on to that, that would be quite awesome. And thank you everybody for your continued participation. Asante sana.
Okay, good evening. I'm hoping that you can all hear me. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, you can. Yes, we can.
Okay. Thank you. First, before I introduce the incoming AG, I want to take this chance to thank all the members of Rotary Club of Naivasha for the good relationship that I've had with them for the last 2 years when I was your AG. I want to thank Billy and the board and all the members for the great cooperation, and I wish the club well as you continue serving the community. And I wish to take now this chance to introduce the incoming AG. Her name is Elizabeth Ndungo. Elizabeth Ndungo is a member of Rotary Club of Nakuru. She joined Rotary in December 2012. She was honored by the Rotary Club of Nakuru with Paul Harris Fellow Award for the humanitarian service to those with palliative care needs as the founder of Nakuru Hospice in April. She has served as the president of Rotary Club of Nakuru for the year 2018-2019. Other areas of service include special district governor representative to the Charter of Rotary Club of Eldamaravine in June 2020, and currently serving as the assistant governor for Rotary Club of Olkarau, Naivasha, and Great Rift Valley. She is also and mentorship program of Rotary Cadre of Technicians. Elizabeth graduated with the Bachelor of Science, Accounting option, and a postgraduate diploma in project management, planning, monitoring, and evaluation from University of Nairobi. She is a master in business administration, specialized in entrepreneurship from Egerton University. Elizabeth has served in leadership roles in financial and administration, as well as an auditor in Public Service Auditor General Office, Consolidated Bank, Daima Bank, Kenya Finance Bank, Kenya Wildlife, Aga Khan Foundation Project. That's a build up in September 2008. Elizabeth is currently a charitable organization, Nakuru Hope, provide palliative care to people with progressive chronic illness as cancer and other non-communicable diseases since 2009. She sees Board of Management, Kenya Hospice and Palliative Care Association, Nakuru Business and Professional Women, Wakili Mashinani, Moi Secondary School, and chairs Board of Management of Mary Day and Boarding Girls Primary School in Nakuru County. Out of her work experience, special emphasis on training in entrepreneurship, microfinance, leadership, governance, and sustainability. Elizabeth is a mother of 2 grown-up girls, Joyce and Irene, with 2 grandchildren, Dwayne and Elsa. She likes traveling, listening to music, and above all, her passion is community service, making a difference in somebody's one's life. I wish to that's the introduction of our incoming AG, Elizabeth Ndongo. Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you so much, our outgoing AG, and we really do appreciate all your good work. And yeah, Elizabeth Dongo is coming up. I happen to be her AG when she was the president of the Rotary Club of Nakuru. Nakuru, I'm a Kikuyu, sorry. And yeah, I know her very well, and she is going to be amazing. So as our person gets the name, we are going to be on in a minute. Just hang on. We are learning these things as we go. Elizabeth is on. So we have so many people watching. So bear with us, and it's going to be amazing. Elizabeth Dongo, among the many who are attending, who are watching.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be with you.
Yeah.
And to
And
join
thanks
you
to
in
Just Some
this ceremony.
Karaoke. She's on? Okay, perfect. We have found Elizabeth. So welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Josam, for that introduction. And I'm glad I will walk in your shoes. And Jeremiah, you are still my AG. I'll still come back to you. And I will introduce the AG, the DG. And before I do that, I want to congratulate Billy and Jane for the good work they have done in the previous year, and the oncoming board for the Rotaract and the RC Naivasha. I'm glad we shall work together with you. Thank you very much. I'm going to introduce the DG. Patrick Obath is a member of RC Muthaiga. He joined Rotary in 1993 in Bintulu, Malaysia. Then he joined RC Mombasa North Coast in 1996, and later joined RC Muthaiga in 2000. He served as the president of Rotary Club of Mombasa North Coast for the year 1999-2000. Other areas of his Rotary service include District and Country Raila Chair, Country Annual Giving Chair, Country Membership Extension Chair, and WASRAG Ambassador, District 9212. Patrick graduated with honors degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Nottingham, England. He has served in leadership roles in Kenya Petroleum Refineries Limited, Shell UK, Shell headquarters in The Hague, Bintulu, Malaysia, Shell East Africa as Managing Director, Kenya Shell and Shell Tanzania, Shell Oil Products and Africa before his retirement.
Chini ya kusaidia wasiojiweza, watoto yatima, children's home, vitu kama hivyo.
Kwa modo na wakia na join. Toka join tani hii.
Can you hear me? I seem to be interrupted. Let me repeat that. He chairs several boards in the private sector and has served as chairman of KEPSA, FKE, and is currently chairman of Standard Chartered Bank Kenya and Java House Africa, among other organizations. He is a sought-after speaker on governance, leadership, and sustainability issues in Africa, and faculty with the Duke University Corporate Education. He was awarded Order of the Grand Warrior in 2008, the National Peace Prize, and the Order of the Moran of the Burning Spear by the President of Kenya. Besides playing guitar, banjo, and ukulele, he's an avid mid-handicap golfer, served as the chair of the National Amateur Golf Association, the Kenya Golf Union, and is currently the tournament director of the Kenya Open Golf Tournament. Patrick is married to Rotarian Terry Obath, father to Brenda, Cindy, Lindsay, and a grandfather to Ayana. Let's appreciate Patrick and welcome him on the floor to officiate the ceremony tonight. Welcome him on the floor. Our DG.
Honorable DG, you on?
Thank you very much, MC, and thank you very much, Elizabeth, for that that great introduction. For a couple of seconds, I was unmuted, so I couldn't speak at that given time. So thank you very much. Before I start on the ceremony, I'd really like to recognize some of the important people that we have in the house. And in my normal recognition, I go in reverse order, as opposed to the normal descending order that we have in Rotary. So I'd like to recognize all the past presidents in the House, the current presidents, all the district officers, the past assistant governors, and I recognize that we have a Toastmaster from District 114 Toastmasters, who we are actually we are collaborating with as Rotary globally. And we've also got past district governor Jeff Bamford in the house. Welcome, Jeff, and glad to see you in this installation. And we also have one of my classmates as the district governor, Elizabeth Mahoney from District 5495 in Arizona. And I think they have a special relationship with the Rotary Club of Naivasha. So before I start, actually, let me ask District Governor Elizabeth to say a couple of words before we start on the main ceremony. Although it would be amiss if I didn't allow her to do so. So if the host can unmute District Governor Elizabeth, and she says a few words, and then we shall start the ceremony. Welcome, Elizabeth.
District Governor Patrick, thank you so much. It's so nice to see you again. And I don't know if you know, but Arizona is the golfing capital of the world. And so please come golf here anytime. We'll be happy to host you. It is so special for me to be able to be part of this installation. In a normal traditional environment, I wouldn't be. But obviously doing this in a virtual hybrid way, I can participate and celebrate the Rotary Club of Naivasha. It is a special relationship and one that I think is very serendipitous in that we met at the convention in Atlanta and built a partnership from there. And the one thing that I want to share today is we think often in our partnership about helping people for mobility devices and serving in Kenya, but I want the Rotary Club of Naivasha members and Rotarians to know you have served all of our students and our interactors and ourselves. We feel that it's such a family. And I don't know that I've ever shared the stories that every time students come back from Kenya, they completely change their career path for something more substantial, more of service. And it's because of meeting each one of you, and it's because of the mentorship and guidance that you give them. And so we're just so happy to be here. Billy, congratulations on an amazing year. And Roseanne, it's just an honor to serve with you this year. And Patrick, District Governor Patrick, if there's anything we can do to partner and continue our service with you, just know that you have family here in Arizona. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, and welcome to the event today. I'm glad you could join, and I'm sure there's some of the members from your district also that's seen on the call as well, and welcome to all of you to this particular installation. So before I start the installation, I'd like to ask that the resumes of the Rotary incoming president and the Rotaract incoming president are read so that I know who it is that I'm installing. So if you could please arrange for that, so everybody knows who we're installing, and then we shall start the installation process. MC? Yeah, I'd like to have the resumes read, the introductions for the two. Okay, good.
And I think our one and only Janet Mathenge, Rotarian Janet Mathenge, is going to be introducing our incoming president of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. So Janet, I think you are on. So we are going to start with reading the bio for the Rotaract, Mwema, read by the outgoing president. And then Janet will be cued to be reading the bio for our incoming president. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I am very pleased to introduce one Mr. Benjamin Mwema. Mwema was born and raised in Makueni County, attended Watema Primary School, proceeded to Mboni Boys. He graduated at Egerton University with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Currently, he is pursuing an MBA in Strategic Management and works at Trans-Africa Water System as the branch manager. He joined Rotaract Club of Naivasha in 2017, and he's the outgoing finance director. That is our incoming president.
Okay, we are now queuing Janet Mathenge. So hang on tight as we get her. You there? There she is. All right. Welcome, Janet.
Okay, thank you very much. I was muted, so it was very hard. I'd like to say congratulations to President Billy and Jane for a wonderful year that they did. And good evening, everyone, fellow Rotarians, DG, AGs, country and district officers or Rotaractors, friends and family. I'd like to introduce our incoming president, Roseanne Baya. She's been a friend of mine since she joined as a charter member in the Rotary Club of Gong Hills, where I was the district governor's special representative. Of course, their baby club of Carrot. So, Roseanne, she's a graduate of Methodist University with a master's degree in entrepreneurship. She has also a BSc in marketing and business management, diploma in computer programming and software. Wow. And she's also an executive director of the SLEC International, which is a non-profit organization that deals with leadership and socio-economic empowerment in Kenya. Roseanne also worked for the Kenya Methodist Church or Ministries, where she was in charge of humanitarian relief and church development. and team leader for a number of projects during her tenure there. She also did some marketing. She's a marketing executive and research assistant, and also worked with World Vision. Roseanne has garnered several awards. For example, she is the Continental Lifetime Achiever 2019 from CEO Global, also Conflict Management and Resolution Awards. And let's say she was the club secretary and treasurer in the Rotary Club of Gong Hills, also the Rotary Club of Naivasha. She was a project manager or administrator. She moved to Naivasha from Gong Hills, and she has been serving above self. Roseanne is always there to give a helping hand whenever it's needed. And I know because she was the registration chair for our district conference, or DCA, 94th DCA. Roseanne has also been a cadre for the Rotary Foundation. Well, that is strange because she's so good. I've never heard a cadre who's never been a president before. So she's gone way beyond the president before being a president. So congratulations, Roseanne. So she's been a cadre and taking care of doing technical review for global grants in Uganda and also global grants in Ghana. A cadre is a Rotary Foundation, how should I say, group of technical advisors that help to monitor, review, and ensure that grant funds are spent correctly. So they also do auditing. So Rotary Club of Naivasha has no problems. I'm sure you'll be able to apply for many grants and so on, and you'll be doing very good with that. Roseanne is also the charter president of the Naivasha chapter of Toastmasters. So I am so happy that Toastmasters is in with Rotary now, and Roseanne will also be able to lead that. She's a trainer and a renowned speaker on the subject of servant leadership, which is what we're looking for. Now, Roseanne has lived service above self, and she's never stopped serving. And I'm sure the Rotary Club of Naivasha has seen and is happy to have her. So please help me to welcome our incoming president, Roseanne. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janet, for that introduction. And now that we have the resumes of both and we know who it is that you're inducting, let us start the ceremony. And we have the two incoming presidents on the stage. I would like to also have the outgoing presidents who have got the chains and everything else so we can see that they're present. So the outgoing presidents, please stand next to your incoming presidents as I start the ceremony. And please make sure you keep your social distance wherever you are. So excellent. So let us start the ceremony. Installing your incoming boards is an integral part of an annual club renewal process. It is a time when club leadership is passed from your current officers to a new set of officers, whom I am sure are eager to place their plans into action. It is also a time when the accomplishments of the present officers are recognized and appreciated for their contributions during the year. This ceremony marks the beginning of a new year of fun, fellowship for everyone. So let's continue the ceremony. But I want to be sure that we are actually going to complete the ceremony. So there's a couple of questions I'd like to ask. And first of all, let me ask President Jane Mugo, are you ready and willing to pass on the chain of office? President Jane, you're muted. So let me repeat the question.
I am ready.
Okay. And let me also ask President Billy Muturi, are you ready and willing to pass on the chain of office?
Yes, I am.
That is a very positive statement. And let's now turn to the incoming presidents. Let me start off with President Benjamin Mwema of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. Are you ready and willing to accept the chain of office?
Yes, I am.
And to President Roseanne Bayer from the Rotary Club of Naivasha, are you ready and willing to accept the chain of office?
Yes, I am.
Good. So let us start to the Rotaract first. Let me ask President Benjamin Mwema to come in front so I can ask him to take the oath of office. Rotaract Benjamin Mwema, you have been selected by the members of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha to guide its affairs during the coming year. It is an expression of their confidence in your leadership. You have been entrusted with an important responsibility that will help shape your club's future. So I'd like you to now repeat after me. I, Benjamin Mwema.
I, Benjamin Mwema.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President.
The office of President.
Of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha.
Of Naivasha.
And that I will.
I will.
To the best of my ability.
The best of my ability.
There is a device in the room that is giving us an echo, please. So somebody can arrange to switch that off at the host. Then it be a bit awkward. Okay, so let's continue. Let's start again. To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Give support and assistance.
Give support and assistance.
To the country Rotaract Chair.
To the country Rotaract Chair.
The district Rotaract representative.
The district Rotaract representative.
And to Rotary International.
And to Rotary International.
And that I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
The Constitution and bylaws.
The Constitution and the bylaws.
Of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha.
Of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha.
And of Rotary International.
And of Rotary International.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, so I would like to ask the most senior Rotarian in the room, either an assistant governor or the district secretary, who I know is there, to come forward and relieve the outgoing president of the chain and install it on the incoming president. Stay in the picture, please. Don't move away. Both of you stay in the picture. Let's give him a big hand. Okay, well done. So I'd like now to ask the Rotaract team to step aside, and I want to now install the Rotary president, and then I will invite you back, Benjamin, to install your board. So let us now have the Rotary outgoing and incoming presidents. So let me start with the president, the incoming president. Rotarian Roseanne Bayer, you have been selected by the members of the Rotary Club of Naivasha to guide its affairs during the coming year. It is an expression of their confidence in your leadership ability. You have been entrusted with an important responsibility that will help shape your club's future. So I'd like you now to take the oath of president and repeat after me. I, Roseanne Bayer.
I, Roseanne Bayer.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute. The office of President.
The office of President.
Of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability, give support and assistance to the Assistant Governor the cluster leader, the country chair, the district governor, and to Rotary International, and that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Rotary Club of Naivasha
of the Rotary Club of Naivasha
and of Rotary International.
International.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So let me now invite the district secretary to now come and remove the chain from the shoulders of the outgoing president, Billy Muturi. Please come in front of the microphone so everybody can see you when the chain is being installed. Okay, good. The camera has moved. Congratulations. Okay, now let me invite the president of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha first to introduce his incoming board, and then we shall install the board. President Tumema, please come and introduce your board.
Pleasure to introduce my board 2020-2021. I'd like to request them to step here kindly. The board members, yeah. I'll start from my far left. We have Eric Masharia. His classification is in finance, working in the banking industry. He's our membership director. The second one is Coletta Mushina. She's our SAA, followed by Eunice Kamau, classification education. She's the incoming PR director and the now president-elect, followed by Patiz Joseph, classification engineering. He's the incoming international relationship director. We have Jen Ikenya, classification education. She's the incoming secretary. Again, to my far left, we have Caleb Rabu, classification PR. She's the incoming fundraising director. We have Jen Mugo, classification water and sanitation. She's the now IPP and the incoming TRF director. We have Mwangi Wamai. Classification, marketing and entertainment is the incoming young generation director. Then we have Efanda Ryuki, classification finance past president, incoming finance director. Then we have last and not the least, Peter Kibe, classification finance, is the incoming vice president and also the PDL. Kindly help me welcome my board.
Excellent. Let me now install the board, and I'd like them to gather around you with still maintaining social distance so we can hear them through the microphone that is in front of you. So let us start. In accordance with the constitution and bylaws of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha, you have been elected officers to lead the club during the next year. This is an indication of your fellow Rotaractors' esteem and confidence in all of you. They also believe that you will uphold the high traditions of your club, that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of the interest of your club and the carrying forward of the objects of Rotary. As members of the board, you are expected to work closely with your country chair and the district Rotaract representative and each other on behalf of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha, as well as Rotary International, for the benefit of your members, as well as the benefit of the community in which you operate. So, to the incoming board, will you fulfill the responsibilities of your officers to the best of your ability and in accordance with the constitution and bylaws of this club, as I've enumerated above? If so, please say, we will. Okay, I didn't share it. It wasn't loud enough. Maybe the system should probably increase the volume. If so, please say, we will.
We will.
Excellent. Now I can hear you. There's obviously Mwangi has got a very loud voice. So I hereby declare that you are now been installed as the new board of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha. And I hope you have your gavel and bell. And if it is nearby, I would like to request the outgoing president to collect the gavel and bell and hand it over to the president. If you don't have one, just do what is normally done. Okay. This marks the transfer of the administration of the club officially. And I would like you to test the bell just to make sure that it works. Excellent. I would also like to request that the outgoing president also presents the charter certificate of the Rotaract Club at the first meeting of the club, so that we are sure that the certificate is safe and is available. If I have asked a difficult question, then please make sure that you regularize that during the course of the year. And then at least we will be making sure that every year that certificate is handed over so that in the full view of the membership. So to the outgoing officers of the club, of the Rotary Club of Naivasha, though you're retiring from the administration of your club, your continued active involvement in this club is extremely important and highly encouraged. You carry the institutional memory as well as the experience that is necessary to help the incoming board to deliver on its requirements. Finally, it is only fitting that the members of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha pledge their full support to these new directors in every way to accomplish the purpose of the club as outlined in the Constitution. So, I would now like to ask all the members of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha, do you, as members of the Rotaract Club, pledge your full support to your new directors in the fulfillment of their official responsibilities? If so, please answer, I do. And if you're online, please go to the reactions button, put it on, and put the thumbs up sign so we can see and confirm. Okay, I'm seeing a few of them. Thank you very much. So to the officers who are newly installed, Please accept my wholehearted congratulations. May your term of office be one of deep satisfaction and provide you with the knowledge of a job well done. Thank you very much. And I'd like you now to leave the stage, and we then install the officers of the Rotary Club of Naivasha. And then I will ask your president to come and give his speech at the appropriate time. Let me now ask the incoming president, the president of the Rotary Club of Naivasha, Roseanne Bayer, to come forward to the stage and introduce your board so that I can install them.
Governor Patrick. I have the pleasure of introducing my board this evening. And I would request when I call out your name that you come on the podium and we will be able to be installed by our district governor. I will start with our immediate past president, Billy Muturi. Billy Muturi will be our club trainer. And so please help me welcome Billy. And before I could introduce the next one, Billy owes me a club pin that reads club president. So Billy, please pin me and give me what that belongs to here. Thank you, Billy. Okay, let me wear this. That's our club trainer, Billy. Then I have Beth. No, IPP, we will have our president-elect, Sebastian Muiterero, who is going to be taking over from me. Please, let's welcome Sebastian on the stage. And please take the time to read their attributes and hobbies out there as they are displayed on your screen. Beth will be our club secretary 2020-2021. She's done an amazing job so far. She's been keeping everyone informed and on track. So thank you, Beth. And we have the gorgeous Rose as our club treasurer. Rose! Our next is, please, the slides. Cluster AG Mathenge. He'll be club administration director. Next slide, please. And we have Dr. Evans Makube, very busy attending COVID-19 cases in the hospital, so welcome. He will be our membership chair. And we have Emily Woods. Emily, welcome. The fun lady of the club. She's going to be heading our service projects program. And we have Ida in communication, and what a rightful job for Ida to be public relations director. And we have where is Chris? There you are. We wouldn't miss you anywhere, Chris, our foundation director. And I have to get this right. Chris Olfner. Yes, that's how the Dutch pronounce it. And then we have our next, who is going to be our young Jen, an open-hearted director, Dominique Washira, and now she is past president. She was just a little while ago an immediate past president, Muthoni Kariu, and she's going to be our Rainbow Rally director. This is where we have a fun day for special needs children annually every March. So we have an advisory board and a representative of the advisory board, Pauline Mogore. She will be serving with us. She's a past AG and a past club president. And we also have, and that is me as club president. Welcome. Oh yeah, thank you. Welcome into the club. Thank you. And we have an advisory board, and this will be the Council of Elders, because we would want to tap on that knowledge. And so our board, they are online, and some of them will put a thumbs up, district governor, because they are online. We have George Off, who is going to be on the advisory board. We have Marco Chrisma, who is also going to be on the advisory board and is online. Christine Karambu is a past president, will be serving as a council of elders as well. Pauline, who is standing right here, she is the representative from that. And Jeremiah Kuria, our past president, will also be serving in the advisory board, and our cluster assistant director assistant governor will also be serving in the advisory board. And last but not least, the very man who has hosted us here at NI Shipai, Jimmy Mwangi, is the past district membership chair and just the current DISCON 2020 chair. We appreciate you, Jimmy, and thank you for hosting us here. District Governor, this is the board that will serve Rotary Club of Naivasha 2020-2021.
Thank you very much. And you seem to be a fun board the way I see all of them coming and smiling. Yes, I can't see your smiles behind those masks. So let us get to the serious business before we come back to the other business. In accordance with the constitution and bylaws of the Rotary Club of Naivasha, you have been elected officers to lead the club during the next year. This is an indication of the faith that your fellow Rotarians have in you. They also believe you will uphold the high traditions of your club, that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of the interest of your club and the carrying forward of the objects of Rotary. As members of the board, you are expected to work closely with the assistant governor, the cluster leader, the country chair, and the district governor, and each other on behalf of the Rotary Club of Naivasha and Rotary International, for the benefit of your members and also for the benefit of the community in which you serve. So to all of you, will you fulfill the responsibilities of your officers to the best of your ability and in accordance with the constitution and bylaws of the Rotary Club of Naivasha? If so, please say, we will. Thank you very much. I hereby declare that you are now duly installed as directors of the Rotary Club of Naivasha, and I would like to ask the outgoing president to please collect the bell and gavel and hand it over to the president as a symbol of the transfer of the administration authority of the club. So please receive the gavel and bell. And as before, I would like to ask that you test whether that bell works. It does. So you've been given a very functioning bell, and make sure you hand over a functioning bell to the president when your year of office ends. And just like I did ask the Rotaractors, I don't know whether you have your charter certificate with you today. If you don't have it, can you please make sure that at the first meeting of the board of the club, the charter certificate is handed from the outgoing president to the incoming president in full view of the members, and then taken back into safekeeping for the year. It ensures that you're legally still a club. If there are problems with it, then you know what to do in terms of sorting that out. So, to the outgoing officers and directors of the Rotary Club of Naivasha, though you're retiring from the administration of your club, your continued active involvement in the club is extremely important and highly encouraged, because you represent the institutional memory and the experience that is necessary to guide the incoming board for the club during the course of the year. Thank you all for serving during the last year. And finally, it is only right and fitting that the members of the Rotary Club of Naivasha pledge their full support to the new officers in every way to accomplish the purpose of the club as outlined in the Constitution. So let me ask, do you as members of the Rotary Club of Naivasha pledge your full support to your new officers in the fulfillment of their official responsibilities? If so, please answer, yes, I do. And for those online, please go to the bottom right-hand corner, look at reactions, and put the thumbs up sign.
Yes, we do.
Great, I can hear that, but I haven't seen anybody reacting online. I'd like to see a few more thumbs up from the other members who are online. Okay, I've seen 2. Beth Mugo, thank you. Okay. So please accept my wholehearted congratulations to all of you who have now been on the board. May your term of office be one of deep satisfaction and fun, and provide you with the knowledge of a job well done at the end of the year. Thank you for permitting me to be your installing officer. So you may now take your seats, and I hand you over and back to the Master of Ceremonies. Thank you very much for allowing me.
Thank you so much, our district governor. We really appreciate you taking time to be with us and to install our presidents for Rotaract and Rotary. And because we are like 20 minutes behind, I wouldn't take a lot of time. I will just call our incoming Rotaract president for acceptance speech. Make a shot. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. Karibu-san.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Good evening, friends and family of Rotary. Tonight, I'm really a proud Rotaractor. I'm really excited. If I can remember, this journey started back at 2017 when I was invited to join a Rotaract event by my sponsor, Beth Waithera. Wherever she is, I really appreciate that. First, moving forward, I was inducted in 2018, and I was intending to take a backseat on leadership, but the members wouldn't let me be. So I was selected to be the finance director for 2 years consecutively. And to my surprise last year, we had a large number of members nominating me as their president-elect. Back at my mind, I wasn't so willing. But after some deliberation with my friends, I decided to accept the challenge. And with the incoming board, I'm really hoping, I'm really re-energized. They have given me the courage. So today morning, I decided to write my first speech. I've never done a speech before. So I decided to write a script with the help of a friend. And I would like to allow me to read it kindly. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to serve as a president year 2020, 2021. Really grateful to the members of the Rotaract Club of Naivasha. I promise I won't let you down. And also I would also like to thank my sponsor, again, Beth, for introducing me to the Rotary world. I think that was the best decision I've ever made in my life so far. Also, I would like to thank my predecessor, IPP Gem. How does it feel? For the great successful year we had and our leadership. She really raised the bar high. We were even scared, but we are hoping we'll be able to break the record and yet to have a great year again. She has really done a good job. She has elevated the game. She has represented the club to members of the community. Just from the last year, Rotary Connects the World. She really connected our club to the world and the world to our club. We really appreciate that, Jen. Soon, we are working on our strategic plan with the president-elect now, Eunice Kamau. We'll be launching it soon. We are work on progress. As we are known for our projects, fellowship, and fun, now more than ever, I will endeavor to continue this legacy of a great club as we become unlimited and go back to basics in a year of opportunities. I hope to include one more signature projects to our 3 major non-signature projects. I want to assure President Roseanne, I'd like to assure you of our support, of my support, as we forge ahead. Our mother club, Naivasha, they have been of great support to us over the years, and I would like to make this partnership to be even more stronger. As Rotarians and Rotaractors, our lives in service to humanity, and we are indeed doing a commendable job. Therefore, we live by our motto, service above self. Let us open opportunities in this Rotary year. I look forward to serving. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Yes, yes. Apologies for rushing you, but we are running close to the curfew, and we have staff here who need to go home. And so we are calling our incoming president to make sure that we get to know what's going on in the Rotary Club of Naivasha. Karibu, Roseanne.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Okay, we are coming towards the end, and I would want to give my acceptance speech. Thank you, District Governor Patrick Obath, Elizabeth Mahoney, the District Governor 5495. We have our country chair of Saum, who is online, and our district secretary, Tito, is here. We are so blessed to have Tito. Could we appreciate Tito, who is right here with us? My classmates, I see you're online, my fellow presidents in the Rotary 2020-2021, the Rotary Club of Naivasha Board, the advisory board and members, thank you for logging in and being here. Of course, the Providence Children's Home Board, where I serve, they're logging, some from California, others from Texas and Kenya as well. So thank you for being on board, the SLEC International Board, the Proverbs 31 girls. I have a girls club, and thank you for logging in as well. And Kathy is here as well. My extended family, I have noticed you're online. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for being on Zoom for the first time. My nephew Collins helped you log in, and they are on different phones. They've written their names they do not want to share. So thank you, Mom and Dad. My brother, sister, of course, my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. Thank you for being on. Friends, ladies and gentlemen. What an interesting time to take office, but I know we shall overcome this pandemic because we are an interactive club. But this past year has been a different kind of year in our club. In November 2009, our immediate past president, Billy, experienced a tragic road accident his family did, and it claimed 5 family members. And one of them was Billy's twin daughter. And Billy, I have admired you. I apologize for the strength that you've given this club, even after your daughter passed on. And so as an incoming president, I asked myself, how do I honor Billy, my president, in this Rotary year?
And today I put a video clip together, 2 minutes, Billy, through the eyes of your daughters. I just hope that I've presented Lisa and Anissa well, because Anissa is a miracle baby. She survived the accident, and we lost Lisa at that accident. And this club held you strong, and I've admired you. So this video clip, which I would want us to watch through the eyes of Billy's little girls, is what I can only offer you, Billy, because you are an amazing man, and we celebrate you.
Volume. Tissue, please. Tissue. May I request that we all be upstanding and observe a moment of silence in honor of baby Lisa Muturi. Thank you. You have your seats. We have a strategic plan that my board and I, with the blessing of our outgoing president, we created a strategic plan that details how we are going to roll out the plans for 2020, 2021. And in that strategic plan, we have lifted membership retention as one of our key pillars and objectives in the strategic plan. We would want to make our club very visible, and through this streaming, you can tell what capacity we have in the Rotary Club of Naivasha. We're going to continue to support the initiative that our immediate past president started, the COVID-19 initiative. He has fed over 1,200 families in Naivasha, and we applaud you, Billy, with your team for leading this effort. So today, we will want to affirm that we will continue our collaboration with District 5495, Clutches for Africa, Rotary Club of Nakuru, who are our sponsors, and of course the Rotaract Club that Mwema will be leading this year. We will continue our partnership even as we look forward to keeping this town clean and hosting the fun day that we missed this year of special needs children and Rainbow Rally. So today, I would want to call Tito, our district secretary, to welcome our district governor to launch our strategic plan. We will certainly be putting it up online for everyone to read. And so you can log on our website and you will be able to see all that we have planned. And so Tito, please do welcome and invite the district governor to launch our strategic plan today.
All right, thank you very much. Our district governor, Patrick Obath, our district governor, Elizabeth, country chair, all the district officials who are present for this occasion, all Rotarians and family and friends of Rotary, good evening. It gives me a lot of pleasure to see what Rotary Club of Naivasha has done in terms of developing their club strategy. And it's a journey that started a whole while back, I think around 5 months ago, when we discussed the need for clubs to do strategies. And I've done this rallying call to a number of clubs in the district. And I'm really, really happy and excited that you've been able to decide the direction you want your club to take. The thing with strategies is it's normal for every club, once a club is formed, to grow. Some do grow, yes, and some don't grow. But when you have a strategy, you deliberately decide how you want your club to grow. So it's all about deliberateness of where Rotary Club of Naivasha wants to go. And without much ado, I would like to invite our district governor, Patrick Obath, to launch the strategy for the Rotary Club of Naivasha.
Thank you very much. I always mute, so please, host, remember to unmute me every time. So Rotary Club of Naivasha, very well done and congratulations. It now gives me pleasure to officially unveil the strategic plan 2020-2023 for the Rotary Club of Naivasha. Well done. There you have it. Congratulations to the Rotary Club of Naivasha. And I hope that all the clubs that are watching will have their strategic plans nicely displayed and available to all their members. And I'd urge all the members of the Rotary Club of Naivasha to make sure that this becomes your pocket handbook for the rest of the 3 years. My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We are doing well. Is the DG talking? Okay. Did you on?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, MC, and thank you, President Roseanne, and all the members of the Rotary Club of Naivasha for hosting me for this particular evening. I would like to just spend a few minutes, maybe about 7-8 minutes, just sharing with you a few thoughts that I have for this year. Some are going to be more personal, and a little bit of it is going to be around the strategic plans and the key plans that we have for this year. So let me start with the more personal side. And I'd like to ask all the members of the Rotary Club of Naivasha and the Rotary Club who are present as well, because I do this to all the Rotary and Rotary clubs that I've spoken to. I just want to pause and ask you, why are you still in Rotary today? What is it that is keeping you in Rotary today? And is that reason enough to keep you in Rotary for the next 1 year? But more importantly for me, to make you do a lot more in Rotary that you've done in the last 12 months. And I'll illustrate that with my own Rotary journey, where I started from, and the reasons that I've kept in Rotary and I'm still in Rotary today. When I joined Rotary, I was like everybody else. I was a young person. We had been doing a lot of good in the community as a group of people. And we did a lot in the rural communities around the town where I started working. But over time, and we did a lot of things on weekends, we used to go out as a team, And we found that some of the communities were disadvantaged and underprivileged. And we came back home and looked for things in our houses that we could actually take out and would help those communities a lot more than they were helping us. We didn't have any money, but we had the heart, and we were able to even take some of the things that on a regular basis for somebody in town you would discard. But they were actually, if converted, became very useful for the underprivileged and those in the external communities. And for those of you from Kenya and even from the rest of the world, a 5 kilogram tin of cooking fat, which normally after you've used it, you throw it away. But by taking the top lid off and then cleaning the top up so that the jagged edges are gone, that 5 kilo container would be a 5 liter container for liquids. So for us, we were throwing it away, but for the communities which we're talking about, that would actually allow them to hold clean water for a period of time in a sort of in a hygienic container. So little things like that we're able to do without having too much money helped us to help the community. But when we joined Rotary, we were able to then multiply what we were doing by using the facilities that Rotary offered to make that happen. And it was in two ways. One was the fact that you had people in other vocations, you had more hands to help you deliver in the communities that you were working in. But the second thing was you could also use the access that Rotary clubs had to grants to be able to multiply what you as an individual couldn't do. So when I joined Rotary, quite a bit of time after my friend then was also out of this country, Kenya, that was what I joined Rotary for. And that kept me going in Rotary for a couple of years. And then the president of the club that had joined, this was in Bintulu, Malaysia, noticed that I was now beginning to sort of lay back in the club. And he decided, no, we'd like you to continue with that energy that you came in with as a Rotarian. And he asked me to serve on the Youth Generation Committee as it was at that time. And the Youth Generation Committee allowed me to learn new skills because now I was able to apply some of my organizational skills and organized a Rotary Youth Leadership Award camp for our local club. For the first time, it was done in that part of the district and in our club. And it was so successful that the following year I was asked to do it in conjunction with 3 other clubs that were neighboring us. So for 3 years, I was very much focused on Rotary Youth Leadership Awards activities. And that became my focus in Rotary and kept me interested. And I was doing things beyond what I came into Rotary to do. Then I came back to Kenya and I joined the Rotary Club of Mombasa North Coast. And in that time, I found that there was a project that had an engineering problem. They were trying to put together a grant which had been put, money was coming in, but they realized that the money wasn't going to be enough to finish off the project eventually when they started. So we had to find a unique engineering solution to be able to spread the money. So this time I was asked to now apply my vocation to solving a problem in Rotary. So from joining just because of doing community work, I then became a facilitator because of my organizational skills in RILA, and now I'm applying my vocation, which is engineering, to solve a problem. And we're able to solve that problem, and we're able to go make the grant cover 3 more, a triple the area that it was originally supposed to cover. And that allowed us to complete a much, much bigger project in the school where we were building classrooms. And then I became, obviously, after that, I was urged by the members of my club, and I became a president of the club. But the same time I became a president for the club, I was also approached by the district governor then, in the same year, as just after I'd been installed as a president, and asked me that we've heard that you did RILA in Malaysia. We'd like you to now become a district officer and do the same thing. So now I had 2 things I was doing as a Rotarian, both running a club as well as developing and starting to roll out RILA within the district. I finished my year as president and continued now with rolling out RILA in the district, which at that time our district had 6 countries: Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Eritrea. So that kept me going and keeping my interest in Rotary going for another 3-4 years. After that, I then decided I'd had enough at the district level, and I went back to the club. By that time, I joined the Rotary Club of Muthaiga, where I still am now. And I became what I call a standard Rotarian. Now, standard Rotarian has the following qualities. The standard Rotarian always pays their dues on time and in full. So they comply. The standard Rotarian is also the one who makes sure they've met the attendance requirements for the club. And more time than often, there are 100% attendee Rotarian. And so if they're not able to go to their club, they'll make sure they make up and bring their certificates, the attendance certificates in time, so that they're counted as a 100% Rotarian. The standard Rotarian also is the one Rotarian that the president of a club really loves. That is the Rotarian, whenever the sergeant at arms isn't there or the person who's doing membership for the day is not there, the president will say, Rotarian Patrick, could you please stand in for the sergeant at arms? And I would happily do so, go and get a sash, and I will sit down for sergeant at arms. I'll also do the attendance for the day. And if there's some activity that needs to be done, like collecting the fines and so forth, I will happily do it. I will be participating fully in those activities, but only because the president has asked me to do so. That is what I call a standard Rotarian. And I became one of those people. And I can tell you that there's most of the Rotarians in the world, there's a large number of Rotarians who are standard Rotarians. All they do is comply with the requirements, and they do whatever they're asked to do in the club. I was that Rotarian for 5 years, until two past district governors who are in my club, past district governor Gita Manek and her husband Koshik Manek, came and told me, Patrick, we know that you're doing a lot more out there. Why can't you do and spend the same energy in Rotary as you're spending outside that you're doing within the business community, where you could see you're active, you're advocating for business, and you're agitating all over the place, and you're really, really energized. But when you come here, we see, we're doing a lot of things in the club. You're always there, you're attending and everything, but we think you can do more. And they urged me to consider becoming a district governor. And that, I thought, yes, but the district governor is, somebody who has retired, who's got time on their hands. It's over 60, generally speaking, and they're supposed to have quite a bit of money so they can finance their movements in a district as large as ours. And I thought to myself, is that really what I want to be? But I mean, that's what most of us look at a district governor, and most of them have actually made that description. But I decided to find a reason for me to become a district governor, something that would inspire me, something that would make me really excited to become a district governor. So when eventually I offered myself to become a district governor, I had a very clear purpose in mind. And it is something that will take a bit of time, will require a lot of energy, will require me to commit a lot more than just what I talked about earlier. And that is to make it possible for a Rotarian who is 40 years old, married, with 3 children, and a full-time job, to also be able to discharge their duties as a district governor, which is something that everybody says is impossible. And a lot of us don't aspire to be district governors because we see people like myself. I'm over 60, I'm retired, like everything else, and I have a bit of money, yes, to be able to make me go around. And that is a typical district governor. So right now, that is what is pushing me in Rotary, is to try and make it possible for that to happen. And that is going to keep me going for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And maybe, who knows, I may come back to my club and become that standard Rotarian again, and just attend meetings 100%, pay my dues, and be very active in the club, and no more than that. So I'll come back to the question I asked you at the beginning. Why are you still in Rotary today? And is that reason enough to keep you going for the next year in Rotary? But more importantly for me, is that reason enough to move you from being that standard Rotarian that we know that most of us are, to being a significant Rotarian? A Rotarian that is driven from the bottom of their heart, somebody who wants to achieve, somebody who is proactive in the club, somebody who does not wait to be asked for things, but will actually offer to look for something to do and bring it to the club and say, I found something we should consider doing as a club. If there is a problem happening somewhere in a project, they offer to go in. They don't wait for the president to ask them to come in. and they come into the meetings and they want to charge that meeting and change it into something else. If we are able to do that and become significant Rotarians, several things will happen. First thing is that the club meetings and the club activities will become a lot more active and fun for you to be in, because it is being driven from the heart, not being driven to comply with what is expected of you as a member. So I just urge everybody, if you can, to consider, what extra thing do I need to make important for me that will turn me from a standard Rotarian to a significant Rotarian? Not everybody can do it. We still have, in fact, most of the Rotarians in the world are standard Rotarians. But we'd like to make more of the people in our district significant Rotarians. People who do Rotary from the bottom of their hearts and are self-motivated every year with something new, something important that will make them do a lot more in Rotary. And talking about doing a lot more in Rotary, I just want to now turn very quickly to what the key things that we've taken as the deliverables for us in the year. There's a whole bunch that has been done in our strategic plan for the year. And obviously we launched this one for the club. There's a lot of stuff that was in that strategic plan, but you heard President Anne saying membership retention. They picked that up and that's going to be her clarion call for the year. But for us in the district, there are 4 key areas, and these align completely with Rotary International, which are the key areas that were told by President Holger Knack that we should actually do this year. The first one is to actually grow our membership. And there are 2 ways of growing membership. One is to attract members to your club. But if your club is a club full of standard Rotarians, that club is not going to be fun. You've got to make it really active and attractive for people to come in and say, yes, I want to be with this bunch of people, because they're energetic, they're self-driven, and they really want to join these people. So the quality of meetings and the quality of the relationship that you have in the club are very important to attract new people, but also to retain members. The second way you can grow membership is by chartering a new club or going through the process of chartering a new club. And there are 6 standard clubs models that Rotary has given us, but they're not exclusive. You can combine the 6 or 2 of them depending on the needs of the community where you're going to put a club. And a lot of clubs now, following this this period of doing a lot of digital meetings, might even have their own meetings changed so that you have blended meetings, so people can attend digitally and can attend physically. So there is no exclusive way of running a club. And if you try and replicate your club in another place, it might not be the kind of thing that will stick and will interest people in that area. Study the community, understand what their needs, and then design a club that will work for them. Not the same club that you think you enjoy will work for those people. And we have been given that freedom by our president, Holger Knack, to be innovative in the kind of clubs that we do. And when they work, let us share them with the world, that we've tried this and it has worked for this reason. The second item that you want to make sure that we do this year is ensure that our strategic plans are alive and they run during the whole year. And I'd like to urge President Roseanne, but I'm sure she was already doing it because it was done to her, that the president-elect takes the strategic plan and now runs with it. So that always the president-elect is the one that picks up the strategy and begins to plan for the next year now. And it means that as you're doing that, you've got to be cognizant of the fact that there is a current action that is working. Some of that may not be achieved and may need to come back into your year. Some of it may be finished early and you may be able to start some of the following year's plans in the earlier year. So it means that the president-elect, and that is for this district, let the president-elect be the one to run with the strategy for this year as they're planning for their year. And they start now, not to wait in the traditional thing that has been happening in the past, where you say, president-elect, wait until July the 1st next year, don't do anything now, because this is my year as president. Even at the district level, we are working together in terms of looking at the long-term vision for this district. And even as I'm talking now, the district governor-elect is attending all my meetings, and in fact is already doing his planning for next year. And we are doing that together. And some of his plans will actually start delivery this year. So the president-elect must do the same thing, and by November, you should start doing the groundwork for next year. Our succession planning is like an aeroplane. You need to be on a runway and pick up speed so that the 1st of January, or 1st of July, sorry, you are not on the runway to start taxiing. You are actually fully taxiing and taking off. And that means you're fully prepared and you're ready to go. So have at least 2 meetings where you review your strategic plan led by the president-elect, but convened with the whole club, because the district, your strategy is not for the president. The strategy is for the club, and it guides the president on what the club needs the president to do. The third area is about the quality of membership. Too often we rush to get members into the clubs, and what we do is you go and get people in, you find out what their vocation is, you find out that they've got an interest, and you say, fine, you have been inducted as a member, and this is the committee you're going to. And when they go to that committee has already got issues that they're doing. And that new member who has come in will sit there and will be wondering, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? And you will find that if those people are not suitably engaged on day one, they're going to sit at the front of the meeting the first week. And by the end of the second month, they're sitting in the back seat waiting to get out of the club. So the best way is to find out, when you're doing an activity, what skills, what vocations do you need to fill a certain gap? And if that gap is there, then you go and look for somebody to fill that gap. And on day one, when they've been inducted, they're told, we have this project and there's this skill that you have, go in there and do that job. And from tomorrow, you start doing that, but you're allocated to a committee. They come in and they find something immediately to do. But on the converse of that, we've also got to make sure that we meet the members' expectation. Every person coming into the club comes in for a good reason. Just like I asked at the beginning, why are you in Rotary today? That person who's coming in is coming in for a good reason. And we have to meet and match that expectation. The marriage made in heaven is when the needs of the club and the expectations of the new member match 100%. If that happens, that member is going to stay forever in that club because they'll feel fulfilled the minute they joined the club. The last item that we've got going to focus on this year is the Rotary Foundation. We do a lot of projects in the district. From what I was told by the district foundation team, there's about 1,500, 2,000 projects in Rotary. And in this country, we are doing between 100 and 150, in this district, sorry, which means we're doing about 7 to 8% of the total projects that are being run in Rotary. Yet our giving into Rotary is less than 1%. Does that pass your 4-way test and our 4-way test? I beg to say that it doesn't. We need to give to the foundation. We need to be able to match what we take out of the foundation. Out of that, we're doing a lot of projects that are touching a lot of people. Every project that we do, every activity that we take as Rotarians, start with the polio that we are doing on a global basis as a Rotary project, and that we do within this district. Polio has allowed a lot of several million children to live normal lives, whereas if we had not been vaccinating, they would have had very, very difficult lives to lead. And the very fact that those million-plus children are no longer suffering from polio because of the interventions we've done has created for them a better opportunity in life. So the activities at the international level with polio have created opportunities for over 1 million children, which they would never have had. But even in the projects that we do in the district, be they water projects, be they sanitation projects, building of schools, ablution blocks, planting of trees, each of those projects will actually touch on somebody. And consider, for example, if you do water in a school, the children who would have been spending 2 to 3 hours a day going to collect water and fetch water to the school will now not need to do that, and they'll have 3 extra hours every day of tuition, which means they will come out better in their education, and it gives them better opportunities in life. So every project that we do will create that extra opportunity in life for the people that we're doing it for and the communities where we're doing those projects. So the foundation allows us to create those opportunities for the communities where we as Rotarians work. And that is why this year's Rotary theme says Rotary opens opportunities, because everything that we do opens up opportunities for people somewhere, somehow. but also for us as individual Rotarians. When we do a project, when we do an intervention, we get something out of it. We get an opportunity either to practice leadership and learn leadership in running a project. We get an opportunity of applying our vocation and learning a little bit more about our vocation by applying it on a project or an intervention. Sometimes we are in our own inner heart, something happens as a result of being touched by a project that we've done. And that creates a new opportunity in us in life. So everything that we do creates an opportunity for other people and for ourselves. And that is why we have that theme this year. And in the district, we have an additional theme, which says, let us be unlimited. Last year, Joe Otin, our district governor, gave us the rallying cry of elevate your game. And a lot of clubs have done that. We are now working very well. Clubs have delivered. We've increased our membership. We've done a lot of projects last year, and we need to get more. And the only way we can do more is by being unlimited, being innovative, thinking outside the box, not allowing hurdles to stop us. We jump over them and continue. Just like Eliud Kipchoge was able to break the 2-hour barrier with the running the marathon. That is what inspired the Be Unlimited. Because the day that he broke that world record, which had stood forever, we were actually having our pets and the presidents, all of you, the presidents who are on this call, you are the ones who chose that we should have that as a rallying cry. Let us be unlimited as the District 9212. So fellow Rotarians, in closing, let us remember Rotary opens opportunities for us and for the communities in which we work. But let us make those opportunities by being unlimited. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope we have a great Rotary year together.
And just doing the usual, we need to go above ourselves. And we have had, I don't need to repeat, and especially because of time, but thanking our district governor for honoring us and giving us his time, and our district secretary for being here in person, and thanking everybody who is all here. We are cutting everything just because of time. We are being cautious of time. And we want to thank everybody who has tuned in online. We thank all of you. Let's give them a loud of applause. And thank you, everybody, for giving us your time. And because we are here and curfew is just about to happen. So we are going to now be going to the cat kicking and skipping a few things. And sorry if you are supposed to speak and I just skipped you. Sorry about that, but we will zoom into the cake cutting. But very soon we are going to be ending this, and so that we can be able to add the installation program. But we want to thank everybody. Thank you all for coming. And it has been a great evening. It has been a great day. And so thank you. So everybody, a lot of applause for a great day. Welcome, Roseanne, and welcome, Mwema. And now we are at the cake cutting. I hope everybody can be able to see that. Wonderful cakes that we have there. Can't see all the writing, but oh, looks wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And so have a great evening. And we wish everybody a great Rotary year. And it's going to be amazing. Thank you so much, and be blessed. Are we still on? Our president is celebrating her birthday today. How can I forget that? And yeah, can we sing happy birthday? Just 1 second. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roseanne. Happy birthday to you. Woo! All right. You are 16 going to 17. It's going to be an amazing year at the Rotary. Wonderful. Asante sana. We appreciate you. And I know there's somebody who had a gift for you just for your birthday. All right. You have a gift for Billy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The person to give it to you. There you go. This is for Billy. And for Tito. Hey. Our district secretary also has a gift. Wonderful. Hey. Thank you, Muthoni. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Thank you guys for hanging on. Let's get this done. Thank you, President Billy. IPP now. Yeah. Yes, and IPP. Jimmy, please. Yes, you have a gift, Jimmy. No, not really. Yeah, for Tito. Yeah, that's for our district governor. Thank you, and thank you for honoring us by your presence. We really appreciate. Thank you. And to our district governor, Asante Sana. And for our president, we have a gift for you on your birthday. Let's give him a big hand of applause. How old are you now? 16. Okay. Amazing. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening. And we thank you, everybody, for coming over. Sandy San. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a great evening. We really appreciate it. Asante.